they can be supportive or unsupportive in someone's mental health journey.
So, a recap, looking back on all of the scenes that we just saw, what are some things that you've noticed? What did you take away from T and AJ's relationship? What did you notice about Gray and Bo?
Gray sucked.
Absolutely.
And Bo was supportive, but they didn't take the help. They didn't recognize that they was trying to be helped.
What about with T and AJ's relationship?
More of a talker.
T is more of a talker. Yeah, absolutely.
He was like she was more of a like she cared about herself. She wanted to talk about herself.
Any other things that we noticed?
I noticed that T and AJ both said that they were sad, but they were both kind of hiding it.
Right, and it's funny because they're siblings, but they're on total different planes.
All right, so how do you think vulnerability can help strengthen relationships? So throughout the story, AJ and T struggled to be honest and vulnerable with each other, and before they finally had a moment of truth at the end. So how could this vulnerability have been nurtured in earlier scenes, or how could they continue to develop it as they move forward?
I think that the fact that they was able to finally just sit down and be in the space that they was able to just finally open up, and that's how it starts. Once you finally admit that you're sad or something's going on, and it goes on from there.
Right. AJ was finally to admit that he was sad, and then that's when T was able to open up back, which opened the doorway for them to be able to connect further. Great. Now, yeah.
I also think that AJ and Bo could have had a much stronger and emotionally supportive relationship if AJ wasn't so worried about coming off as too vulnerable or too cringe and sent the messages that he had originally thought about sending. Or at least a maybe toned down version, but still have the general idea, because he seemed like he would have been very open and receptive to maybe like seeing that he's also lonely and he needs a friend in that specific way.
Can we see your hand? Open up to your loved ones, absolutely, right?
So, and I'm going to reach out to you guys. Are there times in your life where you wish you could have been more vulnerable, or wish someone was more open to you? So this could be between siblings, parents, friends, family, partners, strangers, yeah. Yeah.
So I really love playing this character specifically because it reminds me so much of me and my older sister. Because growing up in like a household that was like not a good household, it was a very toxic household. It definitely put a rift in our relationship and like trying to protect ourselves and not necessarily looking out for each other when we maybe should have been. But growing up, getting out of that household, both of us maturing and becoming adults, we have really like been able to like get into that and like open up about that and like really talk about like how that affected us as people and both as siblings. And I think now that we're older and because we've had those conversations, it's made us like infinitely more close and just able to like lean on her a lot more than I ever thought I was able to.
Any other personal stories?
I'll take it and then I'll bring it over to you, okay?
Sorry. I also saw within T and AJ's relationship, the relationship between me and my stepsister. She's 8 years older than me, and so it was very much like as she was an adult on her own, I was still a very moody teenager, being all emo and such, and she's very much a social butterfly, so T very much characterized her. And I was very much in AJ's shoes in that aspect. So it was very, like, it was hard for us to connect at first, but then we were able to, like you were saying, get to that point where we were able to just talk and go through just go through enough things that we were able to bond and connect easier. So it really does sometimes just take time.
I also saw myself in AJ because of the self-doubt, the self-sabotage, like all of it was like, y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all, like it was just like stuff, like, I've been there. So.
I've had a friend like Greg before.
Yeah.
I probably should have been. Yeah.
So my friend was going through depression, and he talked with me about it, and he said I helped with his life, and he helped overcome depression because I would make him laugh every day.
And it really shows the difference of like how you can step up for someone and the drastic change it can make for them, right? And I think we've also all experienced that firsthand.
For the, at a young age to be recognized already, that's
Right.
definitely.
Then you throw being a youth in the mix, and it's
Yeah.
like I don't know what my emotions are. All right, thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, thank you everybody. We're gonna get back to our last storyline. So let's give them a round of applause.